And we are live here with some WSSEA Splatoon 3 action featuring a matchup between Napavine against Central Kitsap. My name is Spicy and I'm joined on the mic by Neptune. How are we doing today, Neptune?
I'm doing pretty fantastic, Spicy. Waking up after a short little nap, had some stuff to do a little bit here, but now I am back here. I am seated. I am ready to see some high school Splatoon League action. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe we have Kitsap back for another run on today's stream here, Spicy?
We do have Kitsap back, yeah, Central Kitsap. I think this might be like second or third time we've seen them this season, and I feel like Napavine, their opponent today, is on their first time, I think, here on stream for us. So this is exciting here. Got some teams that we're a bit familiar with, teams that maybe we're not as familiar with, but I think it should be a good time either way.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm very interested to see how things maybe have evolved a little bit because during 1 week of time, things can change dramatically, right? Maybe you got a little bit of extra free time here, or you finish your assignments early, or you just wrapped up your midterms, right? There's always this opportunity where okay, it's a free weekend. I'm gonna grind this game right here. I'm gonna talk with some of my teammates here, develop some strategies, and then we're gonna show them off here on stream. What do you think about that, Spicy?
I think that's a great plan, and honestly, for some of these teams, it's a matter of we've been developing these things for a few weeks now. We're at the fifth week of the season, the midpoint really of Splatoon 3 here at WSSEA. So these teams have been on the grind when it comes to practicing, probably reviewing some of their matches, making those adjustments as needed. So we've seen these teams earlier in the season, but now it's really those adjustments are about to come through here, those plans that they've been developing. And I think we're in for some good stuff here. You talked about in midterms earlier, talked about putting in that work. It's really going to show up here today, which is going to be really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they're able to put in work towards those exams, those high school assignments, all the other things that get thrown at teenagers during high school days, right? I'm sure they can also prepare themselves for some blood, sweat, and tears in the old-fashioned Splatlands in Splatoon 3 here, Spicy.
Oh, for sure, yeah. You put in the work in the classroom, you're putting in the work here in Splatoon as well. Some things carry over, pencils are pretty common. Pens are common. So there's some overlap here. So if we see any of those weapons here, it's actually gonna be perfectly fitting. So, and with these teams in this meta, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. But one thing I can guarantee you, Spicy, is ZOTAC, right? So if you saw the ad roll at the beginning of the stream right there, you saw the ZOTAC ad, and we want to give a huge shout out to ZOTAC Gaming for powering today's stream. Thanks to their incredible support, we're able to bring this broadcast to you, helping showcase some of the amazing talent at Scholastic Esports. Let's show our appreciation for ZOTAC Gaming by giving them a shout out on social media. Make sure you join their communities on Discord, and don't forget the hashtag powered by ZOTAC or hashtag ZOTAC USA when you post. Power to the players. What could I say, Spicy?
So true. Power to the players indeed. ZOTAC's been great. We've been talking about them the past few weeks now, and they really do a lot of great stuff, not just for us here at WSSEA, but also really just for the overall scene. So that's something great. It looks like we're starting off with Turf War Museum potentially as the first map mode combination, which we haven't seen Museum Turf War in a while, and I know Museum, we've seen Museum quite a bit in other modes, but seeing it in Turf War, I think this kickoff would be pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. Museum is a tried and true map, or at least I feel like it's very common for Clan Blitz, right? And sometimes Rainmaker, right? But for Turf War, it's very interesting, right? Because the spinner in the middle, right, is rotating on all 4 points, right, as well. So you have an opportunity to cross into the enemy's territory and their own spinner and take that over as well. And that can lead to quite a lot of pay, especially if you get that control early on here. But a Turf War moment can happen, Spicy. You love it or hate it, depending on which side you're on, right? The paint on the other side could just be completely overrun, and you get into that danger zone, and the lead swaps at the last second.
That could be the case, yeah, but it does look like the mode is changed to Clan Blitz. I don't know if we're still on Clan Blitz for Museum, if that's going to be the intended plan for the first game, but we're very familiar, at least with Clan Blitz Museum, if that's the case, so works out for us.
Okay, you know what? I just went from knowing nothing about this map mode to like, okay, I know a lot of things about this map mode. You know, Clan Blitz Museum. It's a very push and pull type of map right here. There's two ways you get to that clam basket right before you get that power clam scored into their enemy's basket. Right, you go either through the ramp side or you go through the block side. The block side's a little easier to defend, obviously, because you have to like jump on a platform and then hop across. But the ramp is generally how most teams like to push right there. They fight a literal uphill battle using their specials and subs, trying to just get those picks to secure themselves onto the enemy spinner, and then from there they stage for a push by getting another pick, and it's just usually a beautiful rotation of specials and coordination that I just love seeing every time I watch Splatoon 3.
That's true, and you really see it a lot in Clan Blitz, especially with that kind of rotations and the coordination of specials, because the big thing about Clan Blitz is that scoring can be pretty difficult in this map mode, or in this mode specifically, because like you need a lot of resources there, and to make a big push, you do need a lot of that coordination. So we will probably see that it showcased throughout this entire game here, but we're finally getting into game one. Let's see what these opening comps are. I got Napavine in the yellow and Central Kitsap in the blue, and immediately what sticks out to you? Oh, that's sticking out to me. Oh my gosh.
H3D. So for those of you not familiar with the mechanics of this game, it's just the H3D has a sub called the Splash Wall, which just soaks up a lot of shots, right? As well as a special called the Bubbler, which is able to soak up even more shots. So it is a defensive stronghold weapon that is being pulled out from Kitsap here. And along with this reflex, you're getting the paint down, putting down those missiles. Two are down already, Spicy.
Ooh. Yeah, and Napavine immediately taking that into a wipe and taking that into a scoring opportunity, and having that bubble there as well right before their basket's gonna be able to give them so much opportunities just to give some extra points in while having that protection. And look at that, an immediate 2 down already from Napavine once again, as Central Kitsap is rocking away with these scoring. The H3D has a few more clams, the Reflex has one as well. They're gonna keep funneling these clams in towards that basket, as we're already at the 56 now, 50 point mark here. The Reflex is gonna be the only one left alive at this point, and that might be the dagger here as Napavine responds with a wipe, but Central Kitsap with some damage done.
Oh my goodness, the damage was done indeed, and getting a wipeout to set up on your side over here. It seems like Napavine has their own shield weapon of their own with the 10 umbrella here. His splashdown comes out, taking down one, but they're trading blow for blow here, Spicy.
Yeah, and King Mars on the Nautilus is doing a great job of mowing down the rest of Napavine. They are going to go down in the trade, but they do stop that power clam from going towards the basket. A great defensive hold from Central Kitsap, who is now trying to build up clam economy of their own, while Napavine still has that power clam ready there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Getting another power clam online so quickly right here, right after losing one, is very important here, because you need a power clam to be able to open up the basket here. But look at this, a power clam form all the way to the basket, sneaking up there on the grates. The reflex on the side of Central Kitsap is able to get those clams in just slowly and funneling. Mars is going to be able to get a couple more in here, but just, wow, that was really well coordinated to be able to get all those in.
I know, like going on that top path, because we were talking about the ramp, we were talking about the little block, but that top route doesn't get used very often. There is a bit risky, but that's such a bold gamble for Central Kitsap, who now finds themselves with only one member up here, as Napavine is doing a great job of trying to just restock on those resources, having that triple splash on online as well, and going behind that tent umbrella just to get some moments happening. The splashdown is going to connect, and there is a power clam. They're going to go up top as well, it looks like, and trying to go towards that basket. They are going to get some points on the board and have a chance to score here.
Oh my goodness. It's all because of that 10 umbrella, you know, the 10 umbrella giving him that bit of a defense there. Amazing wipeout on the side of Central Kitsap right there. But that push, all the way down to 68, is very solid and was able to happen because that umbrella shield not only soaking up the damage from all the other weapons in the game right there, but the VAC as well, just creating just such a big defensive front right here. But now, 2 members of Napavine are down here. They are looking to score really quickly and just get in, get out. But oh wait, they have another power clam coming up here, Spicy.
They do, as well as a bubble to offer some protection. There's only one member up now from Napavine, as there's one more power clam in play. It's going to be good for the jump. That's a wipe, and this looks like this should be the dagger here, as Central Kitsap has taken that first game, really with a lot of greatly coordinated plays.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely insane right there. The H3D, the sleeper pick, just being able to put down that bubble at the very end there, just to secure that space and allow their teammates just walk in essentially for free and score those power claims there. You love to see it, Spicy.
Yeah, there was so many good things in that game there from Central Kitsap. And like the weapon selection, like we looked at that and we were surprised because those are not typically weapons you see in Clan Blitz of all modes as well. But it worked out beautifully, and Central Kitsap game plan was worked to perfection. And speaking of things that are close to perfection, we want to quick thank LANFest for helping to build healthy communities through gaming with 23 chapters across 18 states and over 150 events a year. Go to LANFest.com and check out the Washington chapters, Infernoland, and Emerald City LANFest to find an event near you.
That is insane. Just so many events, Spicy, and just so many people are just like, we were talking about LAN events earlier, right? And just being able to support them, right? And just go over and like not only just see the gamers that you see online in person, interact with them, because you're all there for the same thing and to have a good time there, and LANFest is enabling that, giving you these opportunities for not just high school students but just anyone else who in attendance, right? And you got to give a shout out to the lovely staff members there just helping out with everything.
Now we're going into game 2, and we have access now to like the map pool. I saw Eeltail under Turf War, and I wasn't sure if we were ever going to see it in the season, but we are going to Turf War Eeltail Alley for game 2. Now Eeltail isn't a common map in general, like at this point in Splatoon 3, and Turf War has its own niche in terms of like the community as well. So this is going to be a very interesting map mode combination as we're going right into game 2.
The reason I paused there, Spicy, I was thinking, if both these teams love defensive weapons, right? Like we saw the H3, we saw the 10 umbrella there. Are they going to return here? Well, wait, we're going to have the arrows, right? And the big swing coming back here, and the 96 Deco.
Oh, these are some bold picks here. 96 Deco in Turf War is really interesting here. And the big swig on Napavine is kind of like it's a very dynamic difference between those two. The big swig can paint very well. Meanwhile, the 96 kind of struggles in the painting aspect here in Turf War, and Turf War, that's a huge thing. As you look at this duel, immediately making some moves, getting a pick on the top of that bridge, and now look at this advantage that we're going to be seeing here, and seeing who's going to be able to get this paint on the ground.
Oh yeah, taking top control of that bridge right there, that is a brilliant move on the side of Napavine right here. You have the high ground, you have a lot of that control of mid, you have your specials online, and you're looking for ways to push in. However, the coordination from Central Kitsap to take down these players one by one here, overwhelming them. The duelists can only fight so many people at a time there, take down so many, but now it's going to be Central Kitsap here, making their way into mid and trying to get as much paint down here. As you see, the wall combination along with this Nautilus splashdown is going to secure another kill, Spicy.
Yes, I love the use of that splash roll there to offer some protection for the Nautilus, who is going to be going down to the ink vac there, as Arrow on that big swing is now painting a lot here. And look at that. And Turf War especially, whenever a member goes down, that means it's less paint on the ground or to be put out here, and it's so big. Having that advantage in Turf War is going to be pivotal, especially as we're at the halfway point of this game.
Oh my goodness, this big swing is making sure there is no turf left uninked in their color there, and left it in their spawn right there. But the Nautilus has something to say about it, dropping down there, shutting down the big swing, not allowing it's going to be on respawn here. It's not going to be able to do what it loves to do most, which is paint, but the dualies has something to say about it, Spicy.
Yeah, that duel is having a great time fighting. They weren't going to be able to get that last pick, though, as this knot is mowing down members of Napavine left and right so far, and the control has shifted blue for Central Kitsap, who now is going to have another splashdown online here. Never mind commentator's curse, as you are seeing Napavine with a slight member advantage. Oh, this is a significant member advantage now, because this is huge, and we've always talked about this, we allude to it, the last minute of Turf War is where everything really matters.
Oh yeah, for sure. You need these picks. You need to go in here. The duelie's going to quickly and swiftly dodge roll to take down that Nautilus here, securing the top of this bridge right here. This is the power position you want to hold right here, but you're going to have to get through this 96 here. Not quite going to get this pick right here, but you're going to take down the reflux on the bottom of the bridge, Spicy.
Yeah, and this is critical here in these last 30 seconds to go. The game is virtually even as we see on the UI, so this team fight is going to matter everything here. One member going down, two members going down from Napavine as Central Kitsap is starting to have an advantage here, and it does look like they're going to be able to swing this in their favor. You see the danger mark coming out now, and that looks like it should be enough time for Central Kitsap with this advantage to probably take this game and go up 2-0.
Oh my goodness, Spicy. It felt like it could have gone any other way, especially with the fights in mid right there. The dualies getting that crucial pick on the reflux, which is known for being a turf war, like one of the best weapons you can pick in turf war as well. And just being able to just slay out and hold the entirety of mid for that one it came down to that one fight that you mentioned there earlier, and that is basically what allowed Central Kitsap to be able to take that game right under the nose of Napavine.
Yeah, right under their nose indeed. And Napavine put up one heck of a fight. They were in a really bad position going into that last minute, but that dually player was on a tear. You just saw how them rolling around, getting pick after pick, and they were just being able to will Napavine to that position where the last 30 seconds, it came down to one fight. Central Kitsap was able to win that, but huge props to Napavine, especially that dually player, for going off on stream.
Oh yeah, 100%. I love seeing Splat dualies in action right there. And one of my favorite things about having dualies with the splashdown right there, after you pop that splashdown, you saw, Napavine's dualies do this, right? After you splash down, you will immediately dodge roll to capitalize off the space you created off your own splashdown. So whether you died to the splashdown or you are weak to that splashdown, the dualies are going to just dodge roll twice and come after you even more so the aggression can continue.
Yeah, and that's insane. That you love to see that from like dually players, especially like really across anywhere in the scene. Dualies are some of the most entertaining weapons to just watch, because you see them like they will take on like any fight, and then if they win it, especially, it's one of the biggest, like it's one of the most hyped things you can see, and it's such a great motivator for your team. And you saw Napavine almost bring it all the way back, and we are going to be going into game 3. I think they accidentally locked in Turf War, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Rainmaker for this game, because we did just go to Turf War. So it will be Rainmaker Manta Maria for Game 3, which would be pretty interesting, especially now with Central Kitsap having a chance to clinch the set.
Yeah, for sure. The map mode change there is just probably just a little bit of an accident, you know. Sometimes you just go frazzle brain, but in like high school, and like you think some things should be like a certain way, but they're like, oh wait, you gotta quickly forgot this one little thing here. I imagine this is a similar scenario here where you just forgot to change the mode to be the right one here. But Manta Maria Rainmaker, oh boy, that is not one I see too often, Spicy. How about you?
You don't see it too often, yeah, it's true. But there are some pretty interesting ways to play around this. The one notable thing is that right checkpoint is not oftenly gone for, because there is kind of risky. You do have to make a slight jump over there, but if you get it, it is a quick way to get some fast points. It's just really risky to go for, so you see a lot of teams push over towards that left side, which is generally seen as safer. We are going to be going into a reset here, so you won't be seeing this, but imagine if we do see a triple dually comp from Napavine going into this next game.
A triple dually comp. You know what, Spicy? I think they heard you on the mic. You were talking about how cool dualies are. It's always entertaining whenever they take a fight, you know, and they're able to pop off, right? So, hey, let's have the rest of us run dualies so we all look cool. I think that is the high school mindset behind that comp right there. What do you think?
Honestly, yeah, and like if I saw ever see light tetra dualies end up on stream, I am going to be very excited, because light tetra dualies especially, I think, are some of the most exciting weapons you can see. You see already how the dualies have that extreme movement. The tetra dualies then having those extra rolls as well to make it even nastier, and then having Zipcaster as your special to just increase the movement tenfold, to go for some insane plays. I don't know if we'll see it, but if anyone watching this in this league wants to play light Tetra duels when they're on stream, please do. I will be very excited.
Yes, please do. That would be a very interesting set to catch, especially when, as you alluded to earlier, Tetra is having 4 dodge rolls compared to the standard 2, right? Just allowing so many more movement options and ability for the Tetra user to be able to just basically move around the map as well as dodge roll in the middle of fights to make it even more difficult for the opponent to hit them as well. But hey, we're locked in here. It's going to be Rainmaker, and I see a squeezer on the side of Central Kitsap here.
It's really interesting seeing this dynamic because you on one side you have Napavine with 3 dualies, and then Central Kitsap with that squeezer especially. It's a weapon that really emphasizes a lot of control because of having that like splash wall as well as the ability to kind of like control your own like painting output here. And you're seeing that a lot of work is being done here from Central Kitsap, which is being able to take one of those dualies down so far. The Rainmaker already popped blue, it looks like, and that reflux getting a huge snipe on that top there, and we're picking them off here. That's some insane plays as Central Kitsap gets the wipe, and that moves to the check immediately.
Oh my goodness, Central Kitsap's reflux went absolutely insane there. Not only getting missiles for the first fight right there, but just cleaning up the last fight that Mars was on right there. Just such good coordination here, protecting this Rainmaker, waiting for the wipeout, baiting them forward. It's gonna run forward, Spicy.
Yeah, and that looks like this might already be it as Central Kitsap. 1 wipe to the checkpoint, 1 wipe to the final podium, and that is gonna be the set as Central Kitsap wins 3-0 over Napavine.
That was so clean, so quick. A dagger was just tossed and twisted right there into that last checkpoint right there. Absolutely beautiful coordination coming from Central Kitsap, and that is going to be the match right there. Congratulations, Central Kitsap. You're going to be taking this set over Napavine High School as well. We've seen them before on stream and how deadly their comps can be, and they are demonstrating that once again here on stream with their amazing Nautilus and Reflux combo with a flex in between.
Yeah, and really, that's a lot of great stuff. We saw some great talent, really, from both these teams here. Before I gush about that, I want to give a quick shout-out to Seattle Built PCs for their continued support of WSSEA. Seattle Built PCs are the custom PCs trusted by the pros. Since 2020, they've been crafting incredible rigs for the world-famous esports players, content creators with millions of fans, and even developers of some of our favorite games. And Seattle Built wants to work with you to create the perfect PC for your needs, so whenever you're ready. So if you're looking for a custom PC built by people who care, check out Seattle Built PCs at seattlebuilt.com.
All right, you know what? I might have to hit them up after this because I was looking around. You know, it's getting into that season for holiday shopping, and like someone is wondering if they can get a custom built PC. I think I should send them to Seattle Build PC's way so they can get a custom one they're happy for. Especially if you are a gamer, right? You know, you want to get those specs. You want to make sure it runs smoothly. If you're going to be playing some more graphic intensive games, especially that have been recently released, Spicy.
Yeah, and that's so true here, especially with the holiday season coming up. Like, a PC does wonders for them. Not only does it help you play some great games, but it also lets you communicate with other people, or maybe even get some schoolwork done. So, hey, if you want to get a PC to help you with, like, processing, like, I don't know, Microsoft Word from Google Drive, maybe to make that easier, hey, by all means, some of these PCs are multi-purpose for a reason.
Oh my goodness, Spicy. I cannot tell you that, like, there are some Excel files that are just so big and so complicated that I feel like if I use my mom's laptop, right, I think that my mom's laptop would explode before processing all of that. So I do think I do agree that, like, maybe a custom PC might solve that issue if you're going to be working with intensive documents as well as maybe I'm doing some gaming on the side there as well. If you're a student and just looking to do that for multi-purpose, that is definitely something you can do.
Yeah, man, it's true. And, like, really, at the high school level, too, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff, multitasking. You got some, like, homework to do in one tab. You got some VOD review happening in the other. So the PCs are actually really helpful here. And, really, Seattle Built PCs legitimately for some great products as well and have a great reputation, especially for those in Washington State. So definitely hit them up. But, really, everyone here is going to be able to benefit from that. So really for some great stuff potentially if you're going to be able to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Hit up Seattle PCs as though they are probably the way of the future if you do want one custom built. But Spicy, according to the voices in my head, right? We are going to be having potentially a play all five here in the high school league of Splatoon 3.
I would be so excited, like legitimately so excited if we get to see some more of this, because like, but despite the fact that the score was 3-0 in the set, like some of those games were incredibly close. Turf War came down to like the wire there, and Napavine has had some insanely good plays throughout this entire set. So I would love to see if we do continue on with the rest of these games, if these teams are interested, obviously. So I would love to see it potentially happen here.
Yeah, for sure. And one of my favorite things about like a playoff fight, it's a sportsman like agreement. It's a gentleman's, if you will, right?
Yes.
It's going a little bit outside the rule set here, not quite breaking the rule set, but saying like, hey, I just want to play the game a little bit longer, right? And you guys are obviously a good team right here, and I think this could be a learning opportunity for not just you but also myself as well. And this is what I just love seeing, right? Just the interactions, right, that are just going through like these teams, not both sportsmanlike as well as competitors, right, to be able to just play out these last couple of games, see how they would have went right here, and perhaps learn something along the way. I adore this this tradition right here.
I do as well. Like the play all is legitimately one of my favorite things in the Splatoon scene. Like you see it really across a lot of levels of play. It's a big thing in the college community. Love to see it expanding over to the high school scene as well, because there's so many benefits you get from it. It's like also it's just extra practice, and we know this especially within like students as well as who also play these games competitively. It's hard to find time to practice, so being able to just have these extra games is great. As we're going to tower control Crab Leg Capital.
Oh my goodness, Tower Control Crab Leg Capital. Quite an interesting map mode indeed. Wait a minute, I see a Bloblobber Deco along with the Range Blaster and a Vanilla H3. This comp is cooking here from the side of Central Kitsap right here. I'm curious to see how that's going to be counteracted by Napavine's more rushdown comp with the Sploosh and the end parries here. One down, two down. Oh my goodness, they're forced to back up here, Spicy.
Oh yeah, and this duel is once again going in. Not gonna be able to do it this time, as the H3 did a great job of just playing their range, doing a good job and being able to make sure that Dewey wasn't able to close that distance. Central Kitsap is now in the backseat this time here, as Napavine was able to get that lead early, but Central Kitsap now having control of the tower as well as being able to move on forward already at that first checkpoint. It does look like they're gonna be able to take the lead for their own here.
Oh my goodness, they're going to take the lead for their own and take this top right here. This is a great position to hold if you are Central Kitsap right here, as you are going to be able to take on the incoming threats, such as that end parry duel trying to go in here. And here's the thing, the rich get richer on tower control, Spicy, so the more picks they're able to get here, the Kraken on tower here going to show beautifully why this is the case right here. You're just able to just keep snowballing your advantage right here, and the tower is going to keep on moving as you just have to go in one by one, hoping you can get something accomplished right there, leading to a wipeout.
Yeah, and that wipeout leads to the third checkpoint being already arrived at, and it looks like Central Kitsap's trying to win the game outright here, and it's close though, as Napavine has one last stand, it looks like, but there's a Kraken coming right their way, and it's going to take care of that 10th umbrella, and it's only the Sploosh up here. Not sure if they're going to be able to make it back in time. They're right towards the tower, and it's close here, and it's a wipe though, and that will be the game here for Central Kitsap with a very creative comp, and you saw a lot of great stuff there and just really great fundamental play to make the best use of some of those specials and weapons they selected.
Yeah, for sure. Kraken is not typically the special that comes to mind on Crab Like Capital. I usually think of the Crab Tank, ironically enough. No, go figure given the map name. But just Kraken usually struggles to move across those grates right there. But on tower control, right, you have this little glass area covering up those grates. So the Kraken can still not only exist on top of that little glass area, it can exist on top of tower. And you exactly saw Central Kitsap was able to do that right there. Just pop Kraken whenever just two people are running at you and just live, because as we all know, and Splatoon is infamously known for, Kraken is invincible. You have to wait out its entire duration and respect it all the way through and through, Spicy.
Yeah, you really have to respect it indeed. Now, we've been seeing Central Kitsap, actually both these teams have been rocking some pretty creative comps going in. And now going into Splat Zone's Bluefin Depot, I am very interested to see what is coming out from both of these teams here, because there's really quite a few options that will definitely have some value, especially in a map as interesting or really as unique as Bluefin Depot on Splat Zones.
Unique is definitely the best word I can describe for Bluefin Depot, right? And on Zone specifically, right? The most unique thing about this Zone's map specifically is it shifts depending on who has control of the zone as well. So not only are you going to see a platform in the center of the map, but you might see it move right depending on who paints it, or you might see it move left, etc., etc. But wait a minute, the triple arrow spray, the painting daredevils themselves are coming out to play right here with the power of Booyah Bomb. Not just one, but 3 of them are coming out, Spicy.
Yeah, 3 Booyah Bombs. And Central Kitsap, I'm looking at a Dowser Dually as well as the Bamboozler coming in, and they have a Dark Tetra Dually of their own here. So great comps indeed from all sides, and there's 1 Booyah Bomb, but look, 2 members of Napavine already down in the process as Central Kitsap able to take the lead, and this is incredible play so far from Central Kitsap, able to neutralize the outright painting prowess that Napavine has.
Oh my goodness, you are right. They're doing a really good job contesting a zone. The zone is just not being fully capped by anyone or anything right now. Obviously, the Booyah Bomb special is going to come out right here, but like, can they keep the control right here? Go down from Napavine here, and the lead is going to get swapped. The Splat Zone is going to shift over to the left side here, but going to get rushed down by the Reef Slider. But wait, Spicy, they are able to finish it off here, and another Aerospray is on the way.
Yeah, and that's another Booyah Bomb coming there. They're trying to crush it out, but it's not going to be able to be enough here. Central Kitsap does take the lead, and there's another Booyah Bomb online from Napavine High as we're just watching to see who's going to be able to make the most out of this painting prowess here, just being able to win this fight. And it's a lot of members going down from the side of Napavine as this triple ink strikes coming out once again from Central Kitsap. Also there, and this is a lot of specials are flying on this map.
A lot of specials are flying in the sky indeed, and that's partly due to the Aerospray painting so much. Remember, the special is tied to how much you paint, and what we have not only 1, but 3 of these weapons that are just able to just become Paint City here, putting so much paint down, not allowing anyone from Central Kitsap to be able to move up right here. They're going to take this fight, take down the Tri-Strike as well, Spicy. They're looking in great shape right now.
They are, and as we say that Central Kitsap was able to take control of the zone once again. That Booyah Bomb gonna have something to say about it. There's another one being charged as well, and there's so much, and there's a 1 member up from each team. You got the Aerospray fighting it off against the Tetra Dually, seeing who's gonna be able to win this match. However, that's an Ink Strikes being come here. Actually, my apologies, there's the Dowsers who are having that painting prowess of their own there and some extra range as this zone is going back and forth.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely coming down to these fights right here, because for these weapons here, they're not going to outpaint Aerospray, but one thing they do have is a lot of kill power. We have Tetra Dualies being able to dodge roll 4 times. We have the Bamboo able to 2-tap. We have the Dowsers with a lot of range right now. You can stuff out these Aerosprays here with your fighting prowess, and that's exactly what Central Kitsap is realizing right now. Moving up to their spawn here, popping these specials, looking for opportunities to be able to shut down the other members, but wait, a Booyah Bomb is online, Spicy. I think we're going to see the Booyah train. Choo-choo!
Oh, there's another Booyah coming right as you say it. There's the train as we've been talking about. And this is where the power of the Aerosprays really just comes in. If they get any advantage, it's just so hard to break through this painting prowess. And you're just seeing Central Kitsap now having to try and just fight this off. They have the Reef Slider online. They have some Super Chumps as well. And there's the Reef Slider. There's the Chumps and 2 down from Napavine High. Make that a wipe as Central Kitsap once again in control of the zone, working their way through their penalty.
Oh yeah, for sure right now. And even though you're able to cap this up, you still have to work your way through those penalty points. You need to find a way to stall the Aerosprays and prevent them from capping this up, which is exactly what Central Kitsap did, wiping them out here, moving up to their spawn as well, trying to get a lockout here so that zone is left uncontested and not painted in any sorts of yellow, Spicy.
Yeah, and they're watching now as the timer is really ticking down here, and with and there's another wipe out as Central Kitsap. That last wipe should be the dagger, and they are going to be able to win this Splat Zone's game as well. And great stuff from both these teams.
Great stuff indeed. Wow. I never have been so entertained and intrigued on Bluefin of all maps right here, but leave it to Splat Zones and both of these teams to show me otherwise, and how back and forth it was, right? Because I thought for sure Napavine would be able to get greater control, right, with all that paint on the ground, and Central Kitsap having a lot of weapons that aren't great at painting. But no, the picks happened, the trades were were exchanged, and that zone was painted blue for a majority of that match, allowing them to knock out Spicy.
Yeah, Neptune, that's so true there. And that's really a lot of great stuff we saw from both those teams here. And another thing we saw that was great was just some of those like maps. Like, we don't get to see Bluefin very often, but Eeltail as well. Like, some of the best matches in that set were on maps we don't really see, and like some great stuff really from both of these teams to really just showcase really the type of talent that we have within this community.
Oh yeah, for sure. We have a lot of interesting talent as well, showcasing a lot of wild and unique strategies. We saw dualies nearly every other match, and as you alluded to way earlier, just like they're always fun to see. They're always going off, doing their own little thing, and when they finally able to get not just like that one crucial pick, it's always just a beautiful moment here. But oh my goodness, high school Splatoon. I love seeing it. I love commentating it, and I'm glad I'm able to do it with you, Spicy.
Yeah, same here, Neptune. It's always a pleasure getting to do this. That is going to wrap up our coverage for Splatoon 3 at LANFest for the day. I think we have Overwatch 2 tomorrow at the exact same start time as well. So, got some great stuff here, but always a pleasure doing this with you, Neptune. Where can the great people of this community find you?
You can find me at Neptune on both Twitch and Twitter. It's a 2 instead of a TU and an underscore at the end there. I normally help with collegiate Splatoon stuff, but it's always great to be able to cast high school Splatoon and see it grow and thrive as well, because eventually they're going to become college students, right, Spicy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we get an instance to see them like right here develop in front of our own eyes, which is really cool. But in the meantime, while we watch it develop, you can find me on different socials at 2SpicyBM. You can also find me streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/spicy_BM. Always a great time getting to do this here, but we got some great stuff happening the rest of this week, as well as we'll be back again next week with some more stuff here with SEA. So stay tuned, because we got some amazing coverage coming your way.
For sure. Have a good night, everyone.